I was sick and tired of corporate life, so I decided to leave and head to Stardew Valley where my grandpa had left me his farm. I wasn't just there to relax, I had a mission. In one in-game year, I set out to complete the community center, earn 1,000,000 gold, max every skill to level 10, master at least one speciality, and forge every tool into Iridium. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, I wanted to get married, unlock Ginger Island, and experience as many new 1.6 updates as possible. Was it chaos? Absolutely. Did I succeed? Well, let's just see if Grandpa would have shed a tear either for pride or sheer disbelief. This is a story of how I spent one wild, pixel-filled year in Stardew Valley. Spring in Stardew Valley. A fresh start. A cozy world full of potential. And apparently, a mayor who just lets himself into your house like it's totally normal. Day 1. I opened up my starter pack, 15 parsnips, the farmer's equivalent to training wheels. First things first, I rearranged the house, moved the bed and TV for ease of use, and definitely not because I passed out right beside my bed too many times. I'm not going to be min-maxing on this run, but I'm not about to lose my progress over poor furniture placement. I cleaned up the farm a little bit, planted the seeds, watered them, and then went for a lap around the town. I grabbed at least one of each crop. While exploring, I found some carrot seeds too. Planted those and spent the rest of the day chopping trees like I owed them money. Day 2, mail day. I got a letter about a backpack upgrade and one from Willie. We'll visit the fishing legend soon. Watered my crops, chopped one more tree to make the chest because inventory space is a pain. Then I went to meet Willie, who handed me a bamboo pole. From this moment forward, I can assume I'm diving through every trash can and fishing in every bubble I see. When you fish in this game, you want to try and fish in bubbles. The more bubbles, the better your chance you're catching the fish are. The better odds equal better fish. I'm also going to be saving some of these fish here for the community center as well. Day 3, it was a rain day, so we don't need to worry about irrigating our crops. So naturally, I decided to go fishing again. With different weather types and different seasons, you are able to catch different fish. I'm not going to be missing out. Sometimes we get little chests pop up in our fishing bar. If you can decide you can catch the fish and get them, definitely try and do it. They have some awesome things inside of them. Day 4, another day, another haul. Leveled up fishing again, harvested some carrots, but I held onto them because who knows if they're going to be useful later. Spent the day stacking gold to hit the 1,800 gold mark for the fiberglass rod. I called the day early, but invested in some bean shoots because you can get multiple harvests out of those. Day 5, we get a new friend. I have a dog now, his name is Greg. I harvested my first batch of parsnips. Friday also meant the traveling merchant shows up, so I'll be checking out her shady wagon every week. We unlock the community center, met the Junimos who speak in an ancient leaf ruins. Time to visit the local wizard because of course there's a wizard. On day 6 I headed down to the wizard tower. It gave me some strange potion, I drank it, hallucinated a forest rave, and now I can read Junimo glyphs. Standard rural experience. Went foraging and hit the spring onion jackpot, saved some, sold the rest. Then I remembered, I haven't even gone to the mines yet. I went and got my first sword. I didn't do too much slaying though, as fishing still was my priority. Day 7, leveled up. Foraging is now stronger. With enough gold for the fiberglass rod, I grabbed it and tested it out. And hello, an Iridium quality fish. Completed my first community center bundle, unlocked crops and fishing bundles. Planted more parsnips for 5 gold quality ones. Dropped off fish, crops, sold extra, and even crafted my first scarecrow. Day 8, mine day. Every 5 levels you reach, you unlock an elevator which allows you to have a shortcut there. I found some new gems and then wrapped it all up with what else? More fishing. Day 9. I had enough gold to finally buy the big bag. Clint dropped off the blueprint for the furnace and my mum sent me some cookies. She knows me well. I bought a large backpack upgrade, 24 glorious inventory slots. Fished for the rest of the day and pushed to level 5 because the sell price boost perk is huge. Day 10 I started out doing the usual chores and then headed back to the mines. Started working on the combat skill and hopefully find enough copper to start smelting. Day 11 started with the usual chores. A few crops were ready, so I picked those, then headed to Pierre's to stock up on more parsnips needs. I swung by Clint's to crack open a few geodes and made a quick donation run to the museum. My luck was bad today, so instead of risking it in the mines, I headed down to the beach for a chill fishing session. Oh, and I triggered a cutscene about the sewer. Still no idea what's really down there. Day 12, chores again. Then after the travelling cart, nothing amazing down there today, but it's always worth looking. I mined for the rest of the day and unlocked the Adventurer's Guild. Immediately bought a new weapon because the rusty sword is a joke. Day 13 is the Egg Festival. I didn't want to head straight there, so I went to the mines first and did a little bit of mining. Then it was time to go down and check out the Egg Festival. I bought as many strawberry seeds as I could afford. It's time to start the Easter egg hunt. And of course, I won the egg hunt and earned a stylish straw hat. Wore it immediately like a proud farmer I am. I tried to plan out my strawberry patch for sprinklers, but yeah, it didn't work out. I just planted them wherever I could. Day 14, I spent the morning overthinking crop layout again before finally giving up and just planting the rest. I was back to the mines as I needed iron if we're going to automate this farm. Oh, and I accidentally ate one of my gold parsnips. Challenge possibly ruined. Wrap up the night on level 25 of the mines. More parsnip seeds were ready, but I only had 4 gold ones. Thanks to yesterday's snack mistake, I had to go and buy more. Went mining all day, made it to level 45. Not bad for an average luck day. Day 16 was an unlucky day. I decided it was time to upgrade my pick and take a break from the mines. I crafted my first 3 sprinklers, fished at the beach, and then moved to the river below the farm. Inventory filled up fast, so I headed back, unloaded, and finished the night chopping trees. Day 17, I earned 1,700 gold and hit fishing level 6. The sprinklers fired up in the morning and it was awesome to see. Ordered the rest manually, then headed back to the community server to drop off some items. And I realized I forgot the green beans. I ran all the way back, grabbed the beans, completed the spring bundle, and unlocked the boiler room. I finished the day fishing, and it was by far the best fishing day I've had. Day 18, fishing made me 4,000 gold yesterday, easy money. Did the usual chores, picked up my new pick, and headed straight to the mines. It was a bad luck day, but I still pushed down 10 levels and got some new armor. Day 19, I hit combat level 2, another routine day, chores, mines, found another book in the library. Day 20, I missed the travelling cart yesterday. I was really upset. I donated more to the community centre, almost finished the minecart bundle. Unlocked the bulletin board and the vault. I cracked some geodes, went back to the mines, and I finally got what I needed to get the minecarts up and running again. Day 21, the minecarts are live. This is going to save so much time just being able to fast travel between the 3 locations. Check the weather, and apparently it's raining tomorrow. Perfect time to upgrade the watering can and use the rest of the day mining. Day 22, as usual, rain. Rainy day, fishing time. Got 2 fish I needed before 10 AM. RNG was definitely on my side. Spent the rest of the day in the ocean trying to catch an eel. Got 2 before midnight, donated 1, sold the other. Day 23, the most profitable day yet. The cave opened up on our farm. I had the choice to pick between bats or mushrooms. I chose bats. It's easy, free fruit. I went down and picked up my upgraded watering can and immediately put my axe in for its upgrade as well. While I was there, I cracked some more geodes, did my museum drop off, and then dove into the mines and made it to level 80. With the start of day 24, I hit level mining 5 and picked out Rancher as my perk. Mined a little bit more in the morning and then it was time for the flower dance. Honestly, definitely could have skipped this one, but I danced, I existed, it was fine. Finished the day doing inventory management because the mess was driving me nuts. Day 25, chores, then back into the mines. Made it to level 100 and got my first star drop stamina boost unlocked. Day 26, I made some serious bank from yesterday's haul. Determined to reach the bottom of the mines, I set out early and kept digging. Day 27, I have nothing in my notes, so I think I blacked out in the mines, maybe a few in the Shadow Brood, but I think I hit level 115. Day 28 is the final day of spring. Time to prep for summer. Ripped up all the old crop layout and made space for a money-making field of blueberries. I harvested the last of the trees I needed to finally have enough wood to craft the coop properly. Should have done this days ago. Smelted bars late into the night, prepping for the chaos of summer. Summer hit hard and fast with new crops, big goals, and way to means Fridays of the traveling cart. But hey, we made some serious money, raised some animals, unlocked the desert, and died in the skull caverns. Let's rewind and see how this all played out. Summer started by realizing I forgot to re-hoe the entire farm. Classic. I hit Pierre's to buy every seed that I could afford. Sat through a JoJo Mark cutscene I didn't ask for and sprinted back to plant everything before nightfall. Then got an upgrade my watering can because I barely finished in time. Day 2, I started stockpiling wood, then went fishing. Willie teased the busted boat again. Picked up my iridium rod and let's go, caught a pufferfish on day 1. Ocean fish collection is off to a solid start. Day 3, I bought some chickens and named them something completely unhinged as one does. Spent the rest of the day mining. Day 4 was a rainy day. Perfect time to hunt the last ocean fish I needed. Got it after a few hours, upgraded my pickaxe, donated some bundle items, bought a silo, and fished until bedtime. Day 5, I was a little bit lost, wandering aimlessly, just cracked some geodes, and forgot it was Friday until the traveling cart was closed. Again. I then went and fished until early morning, probably smelled like sardines. Day 6, my pickaxe was ready, silo was done, cleared grass to stock up hay, caught a sturgeon, and then dove back into the mines. Day 7 brings a green rainy day. This is a new update in 1.6 that allows you to farm moss. Gathered a ton of it. Still don't really know what it's for, but future me will appreciate the hoarding. Scored moss tree seeds and even bought a rubber squirt for the cart just in case RNG isn't on my side later. Day 8, I woke up to crows eating my crops, so I finally crafted some more scarecrows. I built a mayor machine, gifted some gifts to Marnie, trying to hit level 5 before the luau, but let's be honest, that's not going to happen. I fished and found another book. Day 9 was a fishing day. I wanted to get 6,000 gold to be able to buy the barn tomorrow. Day 10, fishing level 9 unlocked, got my axe back, museum and community center drop-offs completed. Unlocked the secret woods, grabbed the wood skip, and then went back to bed feeling pretty productive today. Day 11 was a luau. I chopped some wood in the morning, then went down to the luau. I didn't really have any items to be able to throw in there, so I just threw in a cup. Everyone hated it. Day 12, started out doing my chores and then went to the mines all day. Day 13 was a melon harvest. I only got 2 gold ones out of the 5 that I needed for the community center, so I decided to go back and buy some more. A thunderstorm rolled in, so I crafted lightning rods and stocked up on fertilizer to boost the next batch. Ended the night in the mines and finally passed out. About time it's happened. Day 14 was a big money day. First blueberry harvest dropped in and was glorious. I bought some cows as the farm was finally done. Also remembered I needed a sunflower for the bundle, so I went ahead and bought that. Day 15. I forgot the cart again 2 days in a row. Made nearly 30,000 though, so I'm not complaining. Upgraded my backpack and barn and then went back to the mines. Day 16. I crafted some more tree tappers, mined for ores, leveled up some skills. A solid day's progress, I think. Day 17, started out with chores, went down and bought some goats. I fished for a bit as I was almost level 10. I also found a dwarf language, so then I can finally talk to the guy in the mines. Day 18, second round of blueberry harvest was ready. Bought an apple and pomegranate tree and took my first death in the mines. RIP. Day 19, farming and combat skills leveled up. I made another 30,000 gold, and I was getting very close to completing the vault in the community center. Day 20 and 21 had a new 1.6 update as well, the Trout Festival. I upgraded my pick to gold and then spent the weekend at the Trout Festival. I didn't win, but it was a pretty fun activity. On day 22, I collected my gold pick, cracked mystery boxes, chopped trees to prep for the deluxe barn. Day 23, we had a mystery box cutscene. I made another 30,000 in gold, tried to buy the barn upgrade but Robin wasn't there. How rude. I finished the vault bundles and unlocked the skull caverns. Here I come. On day 24, we had the bus repair cutscene, and the bus got fixed. Caught a fish, entered the skull caverns, and died. Day 25, leveled mining and farming to 9, donated more items. I upgraded my hoe and stayed in the regular mines due to bad luck. On day 26 I had the final blueberry harvest. I bought a sheep, checked the cart, and went to the skull caverns on a lucky day, and yup, I died again. On day 27 I made another 30,000 gold. I fixed the beach bridge. I picked up my hoe and just a big prep day. Day 28 is the final day of summer, so I cleaned up the farm and prepped for fall crops. I ended the season at the Moonlight Jelly Festival, which is one of my favourite events. Peaceful, magical, awesome aesthetic to go have a look at. On the first day of fall, new seasons, new crops, I went straight to the piers of course, emptied my wallet and got work to planning everything I could. Day 2, I tried the skull caverns again. Took another L, woke up in Harvey's with a fat bill and a job board cutscene. Perfect. Day 3, I forgot to press the record button. Just imagine me fishing, broke, trying to make 16,000 gold for a pig. Day 4, fishing level 10, let's go. Good luck day, so I hit the mines, didn't die, progress. Yeah, definitely need more bombs. On day 5, I made 250,000 gold, got 10k in the mail, bought a pig, upgraded the coop to ducks, went fishing and finally caught the last fish for the bundle. Day 6 started out with chores, I did a bundle run, dropped off some geodes, donated some items to the museum. Day 7, the Junimos cleared the rock by the mines. Gunther handed me over a sewer key. I got a pan to sift rivers. I upgraded the house, and I met the legend himself, Krobus. There was a good luck day, so I decided to hit the skull cabins. This run, I was more prepared. I brought more bombs, a warp code, locked and loaded. Made it to floor 61, my highest yet. Day 9, I got combat level 8 and mining level 10. I chopped wood all day and foraged into the evening. Nothing wild, just a resource grind. Day 10, I made foraging level 9. I went back to the mines as I needed some basic ores. Day 11, another skull cabins attempt, and of course, another death. Day 12, I forgot the traveling cart again. I decided to head to the regular mines to try and find some coal as I was somehow always low. Day 13, I went and dropped some items off for the bundle and then fished all day to save up for pumpkin seeds. Found a weird bucket near Willie's and I have no idea what it's for, but I tried to put things in it. Day 14, the pumpkins are ready. Managed to pull 5 gold ones off our first harvest. I also harvested all the wild seeds. I sold everything, bought more pumpkins, and a huge moment I finished the bundle for the greenhouse. I planted a ton more crops and started farming oak resin for future kegs. Day 15, we had the cut scene for the greenhouse. I prepped for the grand display tomorrow. I got 9 solid items lined up. I planted more and organized the new greenhouse. Day 16 was a fall fam. I went there, did my chores in the morning, and then headed to the festival. I got my display set up, played some games, lost all my tokens gambling like an idiot. Then I earned them all back and bought the star drop. Judging time. Of course, I won. I spent the rest of my tokens clearing out the prize shop. Day 17, I went to the skull caverns on an average luck day, and I think I did actually really well. Day 18 was an insane day. I went back to the caverns again. I got a red cabbage seed and dinosaur egg drop. Planted the cabbage and tried to incubate the egg, but there was one already going. Day 19, I upgraded my pickaxe to iridium. Winter's going to be a real mining season. Cracked geodes and chopped trees. Day 20, I started the morning off by dropping off some items to the community center. I also tried painting for the first time. I'm not sure if I'm really into it. I bought a starfruit and a void egg from Krobus. Met the raccoons and got a book from chopping trees at night. Day 21, I heard an explosion. There was a meteorite on the farm. I picked up my iridium pickaxe and got back to the mining. Dropped off Marnie's items too. Day 22, I topped off hay, I found some more truffles as I needed them for the community center and I accidentally turned the other ones into oil. I got a new silo, a workbench, and a calendar, and then went back to the mines for more coal. Day 23 was something to mark in the calendar. I went for a Skull Caverns run and found a prismatic shard. If you've been playing this for a while and you know where to go drop this off, of course I headed straight to the totems of the desert and immediately turned it into a galaxy sword. Day 24, nothing special, just did some chores, some farm cleanup, knocked out a couple of quests, a low-key, it was a recharge day. Day 25 was an Iridium luck day and I went back to the Skull Caverns and finally made it to floor 100. Day 26 started out with chores, some errands I had to run in town, and of course museum donations. I got a couple of cutscenes from Mayor Lewis and Emily, and I upgraded my watering can as well. Day 27 started out with a nice 40,000 gold in makings. Foraging hit level 10, only combat left to max. The festival was on today, it was kinda boring, but it's tradition. Day 28, final cleanup before winter. Nothing crazy, just tying up loose ends and prepping for the cold. Fall was the seasons of high and lows. Skull Cavern deaths were definitely part of the lows. But we finally upgraded our barn, we got a greenhouse, a duck, a pig, and the Junimo is basically running logistics. Winter's finally here. No crops, just cold toes, chaos in the Skull Caverns, and somehow raccoons with a relationship drama. Let's break down the final stretch of the year 1, and here's what happened in the chilly valley of chaos. Day 1 started out with chores, naturally. I found the last winter forageable, and boom, community center bundles complete. I explored the frothy Stardew, did some fishing, and prepped for what I hoped would be a relaxing season. Spoiler, it wasn't. Junimos fixed the bridge. Unfortunately, my game crashed, and when I relaunched it, somehow the Steam overlay was in front of all the clips, so you're going to be watching just some mundane tasks while I explain what I did for the next few days. I found a magnifying glass after stalking some mysterious footsteps. I picked up the golden scythe from the new mine, snagged the shell I needed, and finished the day fishing, where I caught the squid and herring. Day 3 was a quest grind. Needed trash, so I just fished in the farm pond. Easy. I planted all tree types with tappers for future proofing. Day 4 was a chore day. I decided to hoard every product until the end of winter for a big payout. I had a cutscene with the bear. Day 5 I bought some more animals, some goats and some rabbits. I went to the mines again to try and push my combat level. Day 6 more combat grind in the Skull Caverns. I found a new secret note and another dinosaur egg. Day 7 Pierre popped into the farm and told me he's selling new seeds next year. Thanks, I suppose. Day 7 was the Ice Festival. At this point you can assume every day I'm checking in to see if we've got the duck feather, but unfortunately we still don't have anything, so I headed down to the festival and I crushed the fishing pole. Day 9 was our first Iridium luck day of winter, so I headed straight to the Skull Caverns. Then I dropped to floor 100. I ended up getting a health buff cutscene, massive dub. Day 10 I finally got that elusive duck feather and the community center was fully completed. I went ahead and bought a shed and finished the ectoplasm quest in about 3 ghost kills. It was awesome. Day 11 I ran some errands, cracked some geodes, dropped off some deliveries, and got a cutscene for the newly restored community center. I unlocked the smoky recipe and capped off the day with combat level 10. Day 12, new recipes unlocked from friendship boosts. I got a letter from Willy about a secret room and another from the wizard asking for a void essence. I went ahead and visited the Mastery Cave, met a flaming sword ghost, and caught a wizard cutscene at the train. Day 13 started out with chores, and I forgot that it was a squid fest, so I headed down to the beach and I got my 10 squid and claimed my rewards. I entered the sewer and got a cutscene for the cave. It was late, so I decided to come back tomorrow. Day 14, I finally gave Pam her pale ale that she wanted about 3 months ago. I cleared some hardwood. I found goblins blocking a path, but surely that's an issue for later, right? Day 15, the night market opened. I just did some usual things during the day and headed there at night, of course. I remembered I had a note that basically gave me the answer for the mermaid puzzle. I did that, completed it, and got some rewards. I bought a hat and a painting, and of course I got all of the 4 special fish in the first night. Day 16 started out with chores. I then headed to the mines to find a prismatic jelly. I jumped over to the quarry mines to get some coal, and then of course headed back to the night market. I couldn't get any more pearls from the mermaid puzzle, but hey, I still bought my painting. Day 17 was Iridian Luck Day. You know the drill. I dropped off the hoe to be upgraded and Clint's metal bar he was asking for. I hit the mines and then the night market for the last painting. Day 18, I tried to find the legendary fish. I hooked it multiple times, but I didn't catch it once. Picked up mining mastery because I needed a win. Day 19 started out with the usual chores and going to collect hardwood. I made the heavy furnace, which is way more efficient, and the dwarf totem, which gives you a buff every day. I headed back to the mines and found a haunted mannequin. What even is this game? Day 20, I finally synced up the tappers from my tree farm to the ones at my farm, so once those were ready, I knew I could head up there and collect those. I finally started putting the starfruit wine plan in motion. I bought some supplies from Robin and went picked up my hoe and cracked the GX. I then of course went back to the mines for the rest of the night. Day 21, I realised I forgot to replant the starfruit yesterday, so I went ahead and did that. I then went ahead and fixed Willie's boat. I had a cutscene overload, Emily's, a raccoon romance, and Robin's 10 hardwood request. I started to try my luck at catching the glacier fish again. On attempt 2, after a minute fish fight, I finally caught it. What a dub. Day 22 started out with Willie's boat cutscene. I did some chores and went on a secret treasure note hunt. I decided to then go down, catch my boat ferry ride across, and finally arrived at Ginger Island. I decided to head through Ginger Island and I made it to the Flaming Cave, but I forgot my watering can, so that's as far as I'll get today. Day 23, I just did my chores and then came back prepared. I reached level 9 of the volcano cave and passed out on the beach. It was worth it. Day 24 started out with my chores, and then I headed back to Ginger Island. I made it to level 10 inside the volcano, and I unlocked the forge. I tried out a few different upgrades. It seems like different gems give you different perks on your weapons. I then paid the parrots 10 golden walnuts to move the turtles, and I just got home before the clock hit 2 AM. Day 25, Feast of the Winter Star. This is like a Secret Santa gift, I suppose. I gave Haley a coconut, and this time Harvey gave me a beach shell. Like, seriously? I decided to sell up that night and gear up for year 2. Day 26, I pulled nearly 280,000 gold from our winter's hoard. I tried to upgrade my axe, but Clint just left the shop. I went back to Ginger Island and found an old lady that gave me a photo. I collected some walnuts, did a little mini game that gave me 3 more. I then went back to speak to Leo again. After that was all done, I headed back home and made some awesome clothes out of prismatic shards. Definitely worth spending those on that. Day 27 was an Iridium luck day. Of course, I headed back to the Skull Caverns. This run, I killed it. One of the best mining days I've had so far. Day 28 was the last day of the year. I went down and grabbed Farming Mastery. I did some more quests, cracked some geodes. I finished a skeleton quest that I had. And I decorated until I passed out on the floor. What a great way to end the year. And just like that, year 1 comes to a close. 12 months of fishing, mining, failing not to pass out at 1:50 AM, and somehow avoiding any real romantic relationships, absolutely crushing it. So let's tell you how we did against the goals we set way back in spring. Completed the community center. Done. Thanks to ducks, goats, and a single cabbage that almost ruined everything. Make 1 million gold. Yep, turns out blueberries, starfruit wine, and hoarding problem pays off. Barely. All skills to level 10. Every single one. Even combat and the one that really tried to fight back. At least 1 mastery. We managed to get 2, because why stop at 1 when you're already 2 deep? Get to Ginger Island. Weird parrots, volcanoes, ancient forges, check. All iridium tools. Still missing 2. Clint buddy, we need to talk about your opening hours. Let's be real. Get married. Not even close. I barely talked to anyone who wasn't a vendor, a monster, or a raccoon with emotional baggage. Experience the new 1.6 content. Between the job board, mystery boxes, the bear with a blueberry obsession, and whatever the haunted mannequin was, I'd say I did that. While we didn't quite lock in our love or all iridium gear, we did build something pretty incredible. We built a farm, a legacy, a small fortune, and a whole lot of chaos. But more importantly, we had fun. We explored, experimented, and pushed the boundaries of how much one farmer can carry before collapsing. Year 2 is coming, and perfection is on the horizon. Skull caverns will be deeper, wine will be flowing, and maybe, just maybe, we'll find someone to marry. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you stuck around this long to the end of the video, thank you so much, and please let me know if you'd like to see me play out Year 2, or take on the Jojo Mart route, or any other ideas. Thanks for being here through all 4 seasons. Whether you've been watching the chaos unfold, playing along, or just here to watch the raccoon lore, I appreciate you. See you in Year 2, same valley, slightly more unhinged. Later.